Hi, Deborah Bringleson from Your Strategic Solutions here. In our last two videos, we've talked about the number 2 threat to business stability and growth across the globe, the lack of quality leaders. This leadership gap is costing you up to 22% in profitability, and it's increased your risk of losing your best team players. You know, your superstars and A players, they don't have to stick around, and they're the first to go when things aren't working out. It also costs you in higher absenteeism, sickness, employee thefts, just to name a few. Let's face it, not everyone is cut out to be a leader, and not everyone is cut out to pick the right people to be leaders. So what's your solution? You know, according to the Harvard Business Review, companies fail to choose the candidate that's the right fit for the job up to 80% of the time, 82% actually. So what training and tools and development does each person actually need in order to create a corporate culture of intentional, sustainable, and joyful growth? And with the wave of millennials that are entering and soon to be dominating the workforce, starting now, this question and subsequent action plans are going to need to emerge because they're going to be one of the biggest components of future stability and growth. So when you're thinking about your leadership team, here are just a few questions to ask. Does he or she truly understand and embrace the difference between being a team member and a leader? Because there's a big difference. Do they think strategically? Does he or she think like an employee taking direction and doing a good job? Or does he or she look for opportunities to think like a CEO, investing thought and time into the current and future health of the company, strategically solving problems and generating ideas both personally and from the team? Do they innovate for the good of the client? Are they constantly looking for gaps in services? Are they asking, what does the client need, or what will they potentially need in the next 6 months, year, or more? And are they asking at each step of the sales and service process, how can the client's experience be made easier, more satisfying? Are they asking at each step of the service process, what service or product that we currently do not offer is the client going to need next? Are they innovating for the good of the team? A strong tribal culture creates greater happiness and success for the team members individually and for the company as a whole. The more team members feel they are a vital part of the company, the more they are inspired to invest in themselves, in the success of both clients and the company. For me, that certainly is a win-win. A great question to ask each manager or leader: do you know every team member's, your direct reports, currency? And do you spend it? Do you know? Do they even know what a team member's currency is? Do they seek honest feedback from clients, colleagues, supervisors, and other team members? The best leaders aren't afraid of feedback. They seek it out. They also know how to discern its value, knowing when to use it or discard it as appropriate. So when you hire right and invest, what happens? Companies that create massive success are those that are built on a solid foundation of smart and strong leaders. It's not the companies with the best products and services that succeed. It's those with a team of leaders that inspire, teach, and innovate. So who are great leaders? Well, great leaders are hungry. They're driven. They're problem solvers, always looking to make things better. They're innovators. How do they anticipate and solve before there is a problem? They're thinkers. They put time into not just doing and being busy, but thinking about how to make things better. They're masters of themselves. They master their emotions and their responses to problems and situations. So what do great leaders do? First of all, they shift from a self-centered focus to a team or a company focus, and they understand that team and company success equals personal success. They invest in their own growth. They also invest in their emotional and passionate stake in themselves and in the company. They add value to themselves, their team, other leaders in the company, clients, and customers. And they ask great questions of their team, their clients, their customers, and other leaders. They're always asking for input. They seek feedback from their team, clients, customers, other leaders, and their bosses. They're not afraid of it. They know each team member's currency, and they anticipate their team's and their clients' needs. They influence their team positively, both their state and their core beliefs about themselves. They're able to make decisions, and they actually make them and implement them. And finally, but really importantly, what do great leaders need from you, from their company? First of all, they need support in investing in their growth, and that means time, encouragement, and financial resources. They need a constructive assessment of their growth needs. They need high-quality training and education to fulfill those growth needs. And they need opportunities to develop and practice new mindsets, behaviors, and skills. Giving them support for investing in their emotional state and in themselves and in the company will provide exponential results. The company needs to know each leader's currency. And one of the things they really need is room to make decisions and be allowed to fail, because otherwise they're living in an environment of fear. They're afraid to try anything. And the best leaders, the best innovators are the ones who are creative and aren't afraid to fail. They need support for their decisions, and they need mentorship and guidance. So those are some things that you need to be asking yourself about what you're doing to create great leaders, both this generation and future generations, and how to find those best superstar and A-player leaders. In our final installment in this leadership series, we're going to talk about some of the things that I do when I go into a company, and I'll also make a little video for you that talks about currency for any of those who are unclear about what I mean when I say you have to know everyone's currency. Okay, that's it for video number 3. We've got one more in the series. It'll be out in a couple days. Thank you.